everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and today I'm going to do the exact thing I said I was not going to do last month, and that is do a monthly pickup video. I'm just going to wait to do these when I have enough stuff to do them, and it just so happens, I got enough stuff to do them. So anyway, picked up a few things, actually a few games, and actually a new system, and some movies, and of course one album. But let's go ahead and get right into it, and I'll show off the new system I purchased. I did pick up a PSP Go, and I bought this very specifically for one thing, and that is to have a really awesome emulation station. Now, I have a PSP 3000, and I want to keep that really nice to actually play my UMDs. I don't want to run the risk of actually breaking it. So I picked this up because these things are, I mean, you can get these things used for $50, and that's just ridiculous because, you know, they're getting ready to shut down the PSN store for the PSP. So these things, there's really only one use for them, and that's for emulation. And unfortunately, the cord that came with it, that plugs in here, has a short in it, so I'm waiting on a replacement cord. So I can't really use it that much, but I played some stuff on it, and I really like this. It's really nice and small and portable compared to the PSP, which I feel like I need to carry like a suitcase with me to carry it around because I have a carrying case for it. But really looking forward to, hopefully they continue to do translations of games and release them for the PSP. But if not, I do plan on playing most of my PlayStation 1 collection on this little thing. I have Final Fantasy VII on here because I figure Final Fantasy VII will be a lot easier to play portably than it would be to sit down in front of a TV and play it. And I try to get Dragon Quest VII on here because, of course, Square Enix is just not going to release that portable version over here. For some reason, Dragon Quest VII just does not work with these things. So anyway, really looking forward to exploring this a lot more once I get the replacement power cord so it doesn't have a short in it. But one of the things I picked up for that, and one of the games I'm currently playing, is Wizardry. It's a PS1 Japanese copy, and it has an option in there to switch the language to English. Why more games from Japan don't do that, I don't know. But it kind of got me into this whole like first-person dungeon crawler wizardry addiction, I guess. So I did purchase the Wizardry game that Xseed brought over on PSN for $10. I played a little bit of it on my iPhone, enough to decide, yeah, I would pay for this. So I bought it on the PS3 so it's easier to play. But I also picked up Wizardry Tale of the Forsaken Land for the PS2. And don't know when I'll get to this, but I have it, and it's ready to go. But for some reason, I'm really into like first-person dungeon crawlers right now, and so I had to look for some older ones, and this one fit the bill. So I picked it up, and of course it has the Atlas logo there. So you know, hopefully that's a sign of the quality within. Because this is not, if I remember correctly, these are not considered part of the mainline Wizardry series. This is sort of the Japan series after, like, I think it's after Wizardry 8, they kind of just hung it up, and then, like, Japan started making a bunch of Wizardry games or something. I'm really kind of new to the whole Wizardry mythos and, like, the history of Wizardry, so if I get that wrong, I'm sure Joe will correct me. But really looking forward to giving that a shot. Picked this up because I was in GameStop one day, and I felt the need to purchase something, and I'd rather play this game on this system anyway, so I picked up the sort of enhanced version of Eternal Sonata. And I do want to get to this eventually sometime because I heard a lot of people talk really great things about this. And what kept me from playing it is booting up that 360. After having the PS3 and using it so long, and now the PS4, the Xbox 360 is just, it's just clunky to me, and it's kind of annoying to boot it up because it continuously asks me for a second email address, and I'm like, I only have one email. You know, I don't have a second one to put in, and there's no way to just not have that pop up on there. So it's kind of really annoying just to start that system up. But anyway, looking really forward to getting to this eventually. Looks a bit cutesy for an RPG, but I've heard great things about the story. And then finally, the new releases for the last month. I did pick up and already finished Danganronpa 2. Really enjoyed this one. It really pushes the envelope over the first one in terms of story and just sort of, it gets a lot more sexualized for some reason. And while I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that really enjoy that sort of thing, it kind of takes me out of the game because I really kind of want it to be funny and I want it to be mysterious, and then they just kind of throw in these very awkward sort of fan service scenes, and it's just like, alright, I get it, you know, big boobed anime girls, we get it. But other than that, like, the storyline is just crazy, and the gameplay is fun, but a bit frustrating. I have my game discussion up for it, so if you guys want more thoughts on Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, definitely check out that video. But it's a great little visual novel series, and I'm really hoping that we get to the action shooter game in the series that's coming out here soon, and hopefully a Dangan 3. I think that would be sort of an awesome thing to kind of have a trilogy and have it, you know, all tie together. But maybe they can mix the casts of the two games and have like a, you know, a champion edition of see who can win the killing game. But anyway, very good game and definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of thing. And then I picked this up, and this game has been getting like a lot of... It seems like you either love it or you hate it, and a lot of people, it seems like, are making fun of it, but then again, a lot of people are really having a blast with it, and that is Hyrule Warriors. And I'm having a blast with it. I'm new to the Dynasty Warriors, what is it in Japan, Musu? I'm new to that sort of genre, like Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 was my first Dynasty Warriors game. But I'm hooked, and I really enjoy this. I love all the little references to previous Zelda games. And if you're a big Zelda fan, you're going to love this. The weird thing is, and it's weird because it's a Nintendo game, you can definitely see Team Ninja's, you can definitely see their influence on sort of the new female characters for the game. The traditional Zelda characters are very tasteful and very, you know, evocative of their original incarnations, but like the two new characters that are in this game, well, especially, it's just one of them. It's like Sia, I think her name is. You just, you know, she looks like she's straight out of like a Ninja Gaiden game. And it's a little weird seeing like Link and Zelda interact with people like from, you know, a Zelda game or a Dead or Alive game, but it's, you know, it works and it's fun. Really a great game, and I'm really glad that I have a reason to dust off that Wii U. It really makes me want to play more Wii U games, because, you know, you kind of forget about the Wii U, because it's kind of left on its own little island, and, but when you boot it up and you start playing something on it, you really realize what a great little system it is, and I'm so happy to have a reason to finally boot that thing up again. So that's it for the games. Let me think, is there anything else I picked up? Talked about the wizardry game. Talked about the things I downloaded for the PSP. I think that might actually be it for the games. Yeah. So now we go into the movies, and I picked up some real awesome things. And the reason why I kind of laugh is because the first one is, I think a lot of people really hold it in high regard, but it is kind of a guilty pleasure, and that's Uncle Buck. For some reason, I never had this in my DVD collection. And I was just at FYE one day, and the Blu-ray was $5 used. So I picked that up, and this is, I mean, it's just one of those wonderful movies from my childhood that you would watch, and it's just so infinitely quotable. If you haven't seen Uncle Buck, it's one of my favorite John Candy movies, as well as one of my favorite John Hughes movies. So definitely check it out. It's a very worthwhile watch. I don't think it's on Netflix. I think that's why I was wanting the DVD so bad, or a Blu-ray of it so bad, because it's not on Netflix. Picked up this, and I absolutely love this movie. I think it's, if you like this series, especially the first film in the series, you're going to dig this, and that is Godzilla. It definitely takes the Godzilla franchise back to its sort of more serious and terrifying origins, as opposed to, say, you know, the all-out craziness of Final Wars. I know Alex is going to say Final Wars is better, but I really love this film, and you know, Gareth Edwards is going to be one of those directors to really keep an eye on. I loved his film Monsters. He's going to be directing Godzilla 2, and he's also going to be directing a Star Wars spin-off film, so I guess we'll see how that goes. I'm really hoping they don't... God, I'm really hoping they don't drive Star Wars into the ground, because I do really enjoy Star Wars, and the thought of it being like... You know, I used to really enjoy superhero movies, too, and then it's like every year there's a superhero movie, so now I don't even watch them. I hope that doesn't happen with Star Wars, but I guess we'll see. But this is fantastic. The only thing, you know, there is a little bit of a pacing issue. I guess I didn't realize that this is only 2 hours long. I thought this was a little bit longer than 2 hours. Because when I went to the theater, it really felt like a 2.5 hour to 3 hour movie. But it's only 2 hours. But so there is some edits they could have done. But for the most part, this is absolute, like, monster movie perfection. The tension they build before you finally see Godzilla and the Mutos, like, duke it out is, I mean, the Halo jump scene alone is worth watching this movie for, because it's just so, like, even on the big screen, it was just so gorgeous to look at. Definitely check out the new Godzilla. Picked this up, huge part of my childhood, and I was waiting for this edition to come out. I picked up the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Blu-ray set. It does have, let's see if I can do this without spilling the cards, it does have a nice booklet in there about the movies. The only thing, I really wish they would have gone back and done some more special features. There are a couple retrospectives for each film with Dan Aykroyd and Ivan Reitman. But, you know, they're a little awkward, and I would really love, like, a big... I mean, this is the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters 1, the 25th anniversary of Ghostbusters 2. I would really love them to go back and do, like, just a real huge, in-depth documentary about both movies. I think that would be... I think these movies are worth that. I mean, I know a lot of lesser movies, you know, get these big, you know, retrospective documentaries, and I think Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 really deserve it. I'm really hoping that Ghostbusters 3 happens, and what I want from Ghostbusters 3 is I want the remaining cast in there and have it to be kind of a passing of the torch to a new cast, and hopefully they keep what was great about these movies was that, yes, they're funny and they're goofy, but they also took the material kind of seriously in a way. And I could see, like, a modern-day remake just being over-the-top silly. But, anyway, Ghostbusters. It's got to be in your... If it's not in your collection, your movie collection, or you haven't seen it, shame on you. And then finally, this just came out. This actually just came to the house the other day. A masterpiece of a film, and my favorite gangster film of all time. Once Upon a Time in America. The extended cut... I can't remember, let me see, I can't remember if this is the full original Sergio Leone cut. There might, because I mean, when he put this movie together, it was 4 hours long. And I think 251, yeah, this is probably the most complete version of the movie we will ever get, because his original cut was over 4 hours long. So there's just something mythic about this movie, and you can say that about really any of Sergio Leone's films. You know, the Man with No Name trilogy, and especially Once Upon a Time in the West. He's just a mythic filmmaker, and he's really, you know, for being an Italian, just really interested in, like, America, the idea of America, and that's basically what this movie is about. Is just sort of the birth of the modern America in the 1900s to 1980, you know. Really a fantastic film. If you guys haven't seen this, definitely check this film out. It's one of my favorites of all time. I love it. And some of the things about the restoration, though, the final snippets of film that they found, you know, that they thought was lost forever, one of those types of things. It's kind of like the Metropolis Blu-ray in that what they found were some very beat-up positives. They didn't find the original negatives at all. They found some really beat-up positives, and they tried to clean it up as best they can. So when you watch this, the restored scenes look a bit rough compared to the rest of the movie. But just like that Metropolis Blu-ray, it's just an amazing thing to even have it. So just be happy that you have it. And for all you nitpickers out there, the 2-disc edition that comes in this handsome box with a very young De Niro on the front also comes with a really nice booklet about the movie. It also comes with the previous director's cuts of the film. So you still have what you already have. You just have the new stuff in addition to that on a separate disc. So you have the complete movie on one disc, and then you have the original the original director's cut on the other disc. And it's a really great set if you really love this movie, so definitely check it out. And then the final thing, I picked this up because this is one of my favorite bands, and they get beat up every now and then because, you know, everyone says they always sound the same on every album, but it's a sound I really dig. So I picked up Interpol's El Pintor album, and I'm actually really excited because I'm seeing these guys live in November. And I absolutely love this album. You know, the last Interpol album was a little bit languid for me. It had some definite good songs on it, but this is what I want from Interpol, and this album is just, I just fell in love with it as soon as I put it on the record player. And you know, the loss of Carlos D. Sorry, losing my voice. The loss of Carlos D. You know, everyone was kind of making a big deal. He was the bassist for Interpol and didn't want to do it anymore. And everyone was kind of making a big deal about it, you know, changing the sound and whatnot, because the bass, with this band, the bass line is such an integral part of the songs. You know, with, you know, the bass duties switching to the lead singer, you really don't notice it all that much. You know, Paul Banks does a great job playing the bass, and I really don't notice Carlos's departure all that much. But if you haven't checked out El Pintor, definitely check out some songs. All the Rage Back Home is a great one. I really love Everything Is Wrong, Tidal Waves, and Twice as Hard is really awesome too. But I mean, it's just a great album start to finish. So, but anyway, that is it for the pickups. Working on a lot of games. I should be able to finish up Xillia 2 sometime here soon. Wizardry, I don't know how long that game's going to take me because that is a hardcore game. Hyrule Warriors I can probably knock out pretty quick. And then I'm also, I put back in Somabringer because I forgot that I was playing Somabringer. And played a little bit of it last night and really had a blast with it. So those are the 4 games I'm working on. Hopefully I can get some horror games in this month as well. I want to play, I definitely want to play Silent Hill Origins. Or not Origins, God. I want to play Silent Hill Downpour. I want to play Condemned Criminal Origins, there we go, and I want to restart Outlast and finish that up. So play some horror games for Halloween, the Halloween month. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you forget to check the iPad to make sure you have all the old videos off of the iPad, ran out of space. Anyway, other than those games, I got a lot of videos that I need to work on. The promised Dragon Quest video, I'm going to take my time on it. I really want to sit down and kind of think out how I want to do it, because one, I have a lot of Dragon Quest games to pull out and talk about, and it's going to be a huge time investment just recording the video. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to approach it yet. It seems kind of a daunting project. Other than that, I do have game discussions to do. Of course, once I finish those games I talked about earlier, I will do them. But shoot, there was another video that I was thinking about doing, and it's completely slipped my mind. But on the AGP front, we have, we're actually going to be recording tonight, sort of a new thing we wanted to try out. And I don't know how successful it'll be, but hopefully it is, because it does seem like something fun to do, and hopefully if it works, you guys will get a kick out of it as well. But other than that, just kind of, you know, kicking back, healing, playing some games. I have a week. What is today? Thursday. I have a week before this comes off and I go back to work. So this last week, hopefully I can get a lot of things done. But anyway, that is it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.